What up, what up, what up, what up? What's poppin'? What's good, what's good, what's good? What is good? What's good? It's your boy, Mr. Locario. The bad boy of the dating game was cracking. What's poppin'? What up, Uncut Dating Truths? What's going on? What's going on? So I'm walking, so I don't know, how good the stream's gonna be. If you guys can hear me, hopefully everything goes good. You feel what I'm saying? But I wanted to do this real quick. But shout out to everybody who hopped up on that the Game Kings joint. You feel what I'm saying? On the Bad Boy membership. Shout out to everybody who is on the Bad Boy membership, soaking up the game. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. This wind is like crazy right now. Shout out to everybody who has been watching the Game Kings, hitting us up with the feedback. We appreciate all you guys. You know what I'm saying? But real quick, I wanted to talk about how most men will eventually get married or be in a long-term relationship. Most men will do this. Now, the reason why I'm saying this, or the reason why I'm bringing this up, is because there's a lot of, people who watch YouTube videos, guys in the manosphere, you understand what I'm saying, who they watch a lot of videos that tell them, hey, man, don't ever get into a long-term relationship. Don't ever, fuck with a chick long-term and all that other shit. What I'm trying to tell you guys is that most dudes are going to eventually be in a long-term relationship or a marriage. Now, shout out to Caleb Jones from the Black Dragon blog. I actually saw a video where he was sort of talking about this at some point, where he was saying that a lot of the dudes that saying this are guys who are young, right? So let's say you're like a 21, 22-year-old. You're watching all the red pill content, and you're like, man, I'm never getting married. I'm never going to have a long-term situation. So yeah, you say that now because you're 22 years old. But when you reach 35, when you reach 40, right? And you ain't got that type of energy to be running around here in these streets, you're most likely going to get a girlfriend or a wife. You feel what I'm saying? What up, King Bradicus? You said he got out of a 6-year LTR, but your vids are helping you get back in the game. That's what's popping. April MC in the building with her sexy ass. What's going on, April? What is going on? Yeah, so I just want guys to understand this, is that at some point most dudes this is gonna happen to. But see, a lot of guys have a lot of fear when it comes to this. Like I just heard a story. What up, Ski Chon? What's poppin'? Jake 3D, what up? What's good? What's good? What's good? So I just saw a story that I think Offset and what's her face, Cardi B, getting a divorce or some shit or something like that. And some dudes would be like, man, this is why you shouldn't be in those situations. What up? Why you simping, Treaty? What's popping? So dudes is like, I'm never getting in no situation like that, right? But what most guys don't understand is that the more you resist long-term relationships, you wanting to be with a woman in that way, the more likely you're going to be that guy who's going to make it, who's going to be doing that. You understand what I'm saying? It's the more likely you're going to be the guy who's doing that type of shit. Because your resistance is so strong, right? And so what happens is that resistance that you have is the same thing as it's the flip side of it, meaning like if you actually wanted it, it would be as strong as you not wanting it as bad as you don't want it now. I hope that didn't go over your head. But what happens is that when you have the guys who are so resistant towards it, right? you're the type of guy who you're most likely not actually having lots of situations with women to realize the benefits, but also the whack shit that comes along with dealing with women. Because what happens is this: because you're not dealing with women as much, you're sort of deprived from women. So then that makes you want them more, even though you may not notice this or may not want to admit this. So then when you're showing so much resistance towards this type of energy, then you're most likely going to be the type of guy that's going to end up wifing up a girl quickly. You're the type of guy that I'll see in 10 years, 5 years, you're going to have a long-term girlfriend, or you'll probably even be engaged or married. You understand what I'm saying? Because as my dude Boss Mac Topsoil would say, niggas out here got tender dicks. So you might fuck with a chick and you talking all that shit about, oh, I'll never get married, I'll never be in a long-term relationship. And then you meet that one girl and you think she's cute, she's cooperating with you, she's giving you the sex you like, and now you want to wife her up. Not only do you want to wife her up because you haven't had as much experience, dealing with women, so you're sort of deprived, but also you want to wife her up because you don't want to have to keep dealing with the nonsense that goes along with interacting with women in general. You understand what I'm saying? So usually the biggest guys who talk shit about, oh, I don't want to be with no woman like that and yada, 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 those are the ones who are usually the ones who end up wifing up a chick quickly or getting into long-term relationships or marrying a girl ASAP. You understand what I'm saying? This is what happens. This is what happens. It's like when you hear a lot of the MGTOW dudes, what they say you're one blowjob away from the plantation or some shit that you be talking about. And basically what that means is that you're one blowjob away from really getting back in with women. You understand? Making it a thing. You see what I mean? But see, the problem is that dudes don't realize that this is what's actually happening out here when it comes to them dealing with women. They don't realize this shit. They don't. And so what I'm saying is most dudes out there eventually are going to either get married or be in some long-term relationship. Whether sooner or later, it's going to happen. So when dudes are online posturing and fronting as if they're not going to make this happen, it's laughable. It's laughable. Because most dudes don't have the type of game to get consistent women to pump and dump. You understand? Because if dudes did have that game, and this is the funny part, most of the time when you are getting girls pumping and dumping them, that shit gets old and you're like, okay, what else does a woman have to offer me besides pussy? See, I can tell the level of where a guy is at based off of what he's talking about when it comes to dealing with women. He's like, oh, I'm gonna just, hook up with these women and have sex for the rest of my life. Yeah, you're at a point where you're not hooking up with women as much right now. You're not doing this. Because if you were doing this, you would have realized that just hooking up with women and that's it gets old. Now, again, it doesn't mean that you're going to not want to hook up with women. You will. But what I'm saying is that if that's the criteria of all I'm going to do is pump and dump, which most guys can't do because they ain't got the game and the skills to make it happen. But let's say hypothetically they did. What up, Darrell? What's popping? What's good? What's good? Daniel, what's going on? So how do you DM a girl but not seem desperate, but also spike her emotions? Yo, y'all, man, listen. You're going to seem desperate if you are desperate. If you ain't desperate, it ain't desperate. Just hit her up, be like, yo, what's good? If y'all get into a conversation, set up a time to meet. That's it. You understand? But yeah, this is the thing. Like I was saying, you're going to, if you're the type that says, I'm just going to pump it up and yada, 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 if you had the skill to do that, because that takes skills, meaning you got to find a woman, have sex with her, leave her, find a new woman, have sex with her, leave her, find a new woman, have sex with her. And if you're able to do that on a consistent basis, you're able to do that because you have the skill to get multiple women, right? Now, if you have the skill to get multiple women, in most cases, what's going to happen is that that's going to get a little bit old. Not to say that you don't ever want to fuck around with a girl here and there, but it's going to get old and you're going to say, okay, I can get pussy easily. But what else is it about this girl or that girl that I can't get from another girl? You understand what I'm saying? Or what's going to happen is you're going to meet a woman who you were planning on pumping and dumping, right? And the chick is going to be so on point that you're going to want to keep her. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to want to keep her. You see what I mean? And so what happens is that when guys are doing so much of this sort of posturing, like, oh, well, yeah, I'm gonna never do that, and yada yada yada. You guys aren't really immersed in dealing with women. You understand what I'm saying? What up, K-Zag and 20? What's popping, bro? It's like y'all not really dealing with women, because like any guy who's matter of fact, look at this. Check this out. Some of the top red pill content creators are either in long-term relationships or have wives, right? Shout out to my dude Rollo Tomasi. Rollo Tomasi, if I'm not mistaken, is married. You understand what I'm saying? And they consider Rollo Tomasi like the godfather of the red pill, right? My dude Donovan Sharp, he has a long-term girlfriend, right? Who else? Shout out to my dude Alan Roger Curry. Congratulations, he just had a son. He's married. You understand what I'm saying? So you young guys, y'all sitting there thinking, oh, I'm never gonna. No, I'm telling you, most of y'all are going to get married or you're going to be in a long-term relationship. You understand? Now, with that being said, you still want to know how to be in a long-term relationship or married if that's what you want to do. Now, I know a lot of guys saying, oh, but the laws of marriage and, you know, alimony and a breakup and prenups and she's going to take half my shit and yada, yada, yada. I get it. Exactly. Steve the Dean, my dude Steve the Dean is married. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Solar TV said, bro, don't forget to pick up rubbers. I'm tired of giving you. Solo got jokes. Shout out to Solar TV. But I'm telling y'all guys, y'all are at some point, y'all are going to at some point want to be in a long-term relationship or want to be married. I hate to be the one to tell you guys. Just understand. Because it's easy on the internet to say, oh man, I ain't doing that and I'm never doing this and blah, blah, blah. And then you meet certain women and you're just like, God fucking damn. And like I was saying earlier, a lot of y'all don't want to do the work it takes to have consistent different women in your situation. Listen, my brother, part of the reason, like I remember my brother, his first wife, I'm gonna tell you how he met his first wife. My brother met his first wife in exactly, Tony, you're gonna catch feelings, exactly. Y'all motherfuckers don't catch some heavy feelings. But anyway, my brother, his first wife, he met her in college, I think it was, right? So we was telling this dude, he was on some, oh, it ain't nothing serious. I'm just kicking it with her. We just hooking up. We just fucking around. Next thing you know, this chick is his wife. You understand? Like basically the first chick he talked to in college. You understand what I'm saying? But he was trying to front like he was big shit. and he was gonna be like on some, oh, we just kicking it, we just chilling. No, yeah, you kicking it, you chilling, you catch feelings, and you're like, damn, I want to keep fucking with this girl. And then you're like, shit, I could either keep fucking with this girl or go back out here in the streets and try to have to find some new chicks every week. So dudes is like, you know what? It's cheaper to keep her. You understand what I'm saying? Now, all that other shit about I know y'all scared of the laws and the alimony and the child supports and all this other stuff. This is why I tell you guys, and I've said this a million times, I might have to do a whole goddamn course on this. I might have to do a course, like an actual course where I go across the country to teach motherfuckers this. When you are dealing with a woman, right? And you're dating her and then she becomes your girlfriend at some point, right? There has to be where you are putting her to work, where she's contributing, where she's adding value beyond vagina to your life on a consistent basis. So, if in the event you was married to a chick, on a long-term relationship with a chick for, let's say, 15, 20, 25 years, or even it could be smaller than that. You was in a situation for 5 years, 6 years, or whatever it is. If in the event anything needs to be split, anything needs to be shared, or whatever the fuck it is, the woman earned that. See, the problem is, I had a guy calling on the show the other day when I was doing Steve. There was a dude who called in talking about, oh, well, I don't want my wife to work, and I just want her to just chill, and I'm going to pay all the bills, and I'm going to do, everything, and she just got to relax. And I'm like, bro, are you stupid? I'm like, are you stupid? You know what I'm saying? And so you just going to have a woman sitting on her ass, and then so when the shit is over, she's just going to take half the shit that she didn't help you earn? Does that make sense? See the problem with a lot of people when they think about relationships, most guys, because they're not having sex, they are only looking at the relationship in the context of sex. Meaning, I found a girl who's having sex with me, therefore I'm going to wife her so I can keep having sex with her, so I don't have to go without sex. And then you end up marrying this woman because you're like, oh, this woman keeps having sex with me. I'm going to marry this woman who keeps having sex with me. And then you don't require anything of her except for sex. You understand? You don't require anything. And then what happens is y'all break up because you didn't require anything from her. You didn't have her invest. You didn't have her do nothing for you. So there's no attachment there. Right? And then you're sitting there like, what the fuck? You understand what I'm saying? You said, is a chick working for you the same as vetting? Well, yeah, that's part of the vetting process. Also, you're seeing if she's actually going to be dealing with you and working with you on a consistent basis. You understand? You said even if you want her to be a stay-at-home wife, they still have a job to do: cook, clean, nurture the children, keep her looks up. Exactly. She got to do something. She got to do something. She got to do something, and it has to be on a consistent basis. You got to ask yourself, is this woman doing anything to make my life easier? You understand? Outside of sex. Outside of sex. You understand what I'm saying? Is she doing anything to make my life easier outside of sex? You understand? AT was popping. And if she's not doing that, then you don't need to be wifing this girl up. I cannot believe it. You understand what I'm saying? Because what's going to happen is that if you do that, you're going to be on, it's going to be a bunch of bullshit. Then you're going to be crying, oh, she's taking half. She's taking this, she's taking that. You understand? Man, dial up Russell, you said, not me, I'm tricking off for life. I can't take being around women 24/7. They're annoying, and I just peel back and drop them. Can't see how you marry guys or long-term relationship guys can do it. Well, that's because you haven't experienced the benefit of being in a long-term relationship. And most guys don't know the benefit of being in a long-term relationship because all they thinking about is pussy. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? Because just like what you said in your comment, notice you said all I'm doing is tricking off and basically smashing. So your concept of a relationship is based purely on sex. See, this is what guys don't get. Dudes be asking me all the time, this is little cardio. How the hell are you okay with your girl fucking with other dudes, or your wife fucking with other dudes? You know how? Because a relationship is more than just sex. And there's benefits I get out of the relationship that are outside of sex. But see, because dudes are so focused on sex so much, if I was to fuck some dude's girl, he'd lose his fucking mind. But if he was a smart nigga, he'd be like, yo, you fucking Mr. Locario? Listen, tell that nigga, give me a discount on the bad boy membership. You understand what I'm saying? But that's not how dudes is thinking. Dudes is thinking with their dicks and not with their actual brain. You feel what I'm saying? Dudes is sensitive when it comes to sex, which is why they get caught up in these bullshit ass relationships and they get mad when the girl plays them and takes them for all they got, because they were dealing with women just straight off of an emotional level. You understand what I'm saying? See, y'all gonna get this game today, goddammit. Y'all gonna get this fucking game today. You feel what I mean? So, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, dudes they gotta understand this, man. Man. You said I have my ex-girl, got me the plug when I was in that life. The problem is being around women for too long. She starts to get annoying. Well, this is the thing. Women are going to annoy you. You understand? That's a given. You understand what I'm saying? That's a given. But what you have to understand is that you want to be around or deal with a woman who is the least annoying. You understand what I'm saying? The one who's going to annoy you the least. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because you can't see, the problem with a lot of guys is, a lot of guys think that there's a way to, and I said this on Donovan's show, guys be thinking there's a way to get the experience of having a girl, having her do shit, a bunch of shit for you, having her there, having her fucking with you, but at the same time, not actually being with the girl. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like they want a girlfriend without having a girlfriend. You see what I mean? Dudes wanna fuck a bunch of hot girls without having to do what it takes to fuck a bunch of hot girls. Dudes want to have a marriage or a long-term relationship that's going to be beneficial for them without having to do the things that's going to make it beneficial for them. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about, where a lot of dudes are too sex focused. And if your long-term relationship derives from you being sex focused, you fucked up, because what happens is that you put your emotion in the sex, which most guys do, which is why dudes begin butthurt when they hear about chicks fucking a bunch of other niggas, right? You put your emotions all up in the sex, and then you end up wifing up a chick just because you want more sex. You want more of that affection sexually. You understand? This is what happens. You're like, oh God, this girl, she's having sex with me, and we're making it happen, and You know, it's been a while since I had a girl that wanted to fuck with me like this, so I don't want to lose this shit. I got to make her my girl. I definitely don't want to lose her. I got to make her my wife. I definitely don't want to lose her. I gotta get a baby in her. All of this straight from you being emotional about sex, which is what most guys do, which is why most guys get into you know, long-term relations. That's where the saying is cheaper to keep her comes from. You understand what I'm saying? You see what I mean? But again, you can't just be keeping chicks for sexual reasons. If you want to have sex, learn games so you can have sex on a consistent basis. But again, it's going to come right back around for most guys. If you are having sex with a bunch of girls because you have the skill to do it, it's going to get old and you're going to be like, damn, I want some more than this. What is more than that? I don't know, a fucking relationship? You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. So either you're going to be a beta male who has issues getting women, so when the first woman comes around who wants to fuck with you, you're going to wife her up, or you're going to be a player-ass motherfucker. You're going to be banging a whole bunch of chicks. And then what's going to happen is that's going to get tiring, and you're going to want some main women in your life. You understand? AT was right. He said, do women want to be objects of affection or objectified only by the men they find attractive or they're into? Well, they want it all, bro. They want it all. They want the guys they're attracted to actually come up, approach, make shit happen with them, but they still want the beta males to fawn over them, even though they're not gonna want to fuck with them. I remember, I'll never forget this shit. I was in North Carolina. This is when Miles used to live out there. We was out there chilling at the clubs and shit. And I was talking to this chick, and she was mad that this dude wasn't calling her. So I said, damn, you must really like this guy because you seem kind of down that this guy ain't calling you, right? So she said, actually, I'm not really feeling him like that. But and this is what she said. She said, I just want him to want me. You understand what I'm saying? She said, I just want him to want me. But she don't want him. She just want him to want her. So what that means is she's not actually going to do anything with this guy. She's not actually going to really be about anything this guy's trying to be about. She just wants to know that he wants her. You see what I'm saying? And him not wanting her is getting her upset. Not that she wants him. It's just the fact that he doesn't want her. You understand? O&O fam, you said the longer you're together, the less sex you have. Come on, fam, stop. That's not right, bro. I mean, but see, this is the thing. That does happen for a lot of dudes. That shit loud as fuck over there. That shit is loud as fuck over there. But anyway, the reason why it happens for a lot of dudes is because a lot of guys who wife up chicks quickly, the women were never that in. Right now. Is because the longer you stay with a woman and the longer she's with you, right? And mind you, the longer y'all are together monogamously, what happens is that the sexual attraction dwindles because y'all become too familiar. You understand? Y'all become too familiar. You become like brother and sister now. You understand what I'm saying? You become like brother and sister. I'm only gonna be here for another minute anyway. But yeah, the video's acting fugazi. So all I want to tell you guys is this. I'm about to head out. All I want to tell you guys is this. understand that once you get older, a lot of the shit that you're thinking about when it comes to the game, when it comes to women, all that other shit is most likely going to change. And it's going to change in a way where all this like red pill, all that other craziness, all that other stuff that, you know, as far as, hey, I'm not going to fuck with these girls at all. That shit ain't going to be popping off, fam. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't going to be popping off. But listen, I'm about to head up out of here. I'll holler at you guys later. Make sure you guys get on the Bad Boy membership. Make sure you guys check out that Game Kings on the Bad Boy membership. And I will holler at y'all later. Remember, truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.